Have you wondered why our gods and goddesses are always with animals? What does it signify? What can we learn from them so that we can be better leaders, better individuals, and get to a better version of ourselves? Welcome to our Navarathri Golu. This year the theme is Mrigaya. It talks about the significance of animals. Let me start off with my favorite, Ganesha. Ganesha, like we know, is there with his mouse. The mouse denotes desires. If we don't control our desires, then it nibbles into the good in us. Like we know, Ganesha has laddus in his hands and the mouse controls his desires and does not pounce on the laddus. So that is what the mouse denotes. Next to Ganesha, we have his brother Muruga or Kartikeya, and he is with a peacock. The peacock represents the fickleness of the human mind because the peacock changes according to the weather. And the peacock is also clinging on to a serpent, which tells us to do away with destructive habits. And then right here we have Ram, and with him is Hanuman, the monkey god. Hanuman signifies self-control, faith, devotion, and service. And then here we have Vishnu in his pose of Ananta Shayanam. Anant means infinite. And like we know, Vishnu is lying on the snake Shesha, which is also called like infinity. So this represents the Kundalini energy and how can we actually leverage on the universal energy dynamics. So that is what this is about. And then right here we have Jagannath Puri. And Jagannath Puri is famous for the Rath Yatra. What does that denote? The body is the chariot. The soul is a charioteer. The horses are the senses and the mind is the bridle. So if we can coordinate all of these and have them under our control, the chariot moves and propels ahead. And that is what we want in our lives, right? Don't we want to move ahead and propel ahead? And in spiritual context, it denotes moving towards moksha, right? So that is what this is. And then here we have Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. What do they denote? We have Durga, who's there with a lion. The lion is a form of power, and that's why Durga is known as Shakti. And then we have Lakshmi with her elephants. The elephants denote work, activity, and strength. And is there with the swan, which denotes purity, perfection, and beauty. Next, we have Shiva in his different forms. Let's start off with Kala Bhairavar. Kala Bhairavar is always there with a dog. Why is that? Because we humans react like a dog. When the dog's territory or the identity is constricted, then there's a lot of fear and the dog tends to bark a lot, and that's exactly how we humans behave as well. Because if you were to notice, if our territory is acknowledged, we wag our tails like a dog. If the territory is not acknowledged, we whine like a dog. And if the territory is threatened, there's a lot of fear in us. And that's what Kala Bhairavar represents, that he is there to support and help us from the fears that we have. So that is Kala Bhairavar. And then of course we have Ardhanarishwarar, which is half Shiva and half Shakti with their animals. Then there is Shiva right here, and Shiva has the snake coiled around his neck. The snake represents the ahankara or the ego. Now what happens when you poke a snake? It's ready to attack with its hood right there. And that's what we do as well. When our ego is provoked, we are also ready to attack. So Shiva says, there is no ahankara, there is no place for ahankara in my body, and therefore he wears it like an ornament. Continuing with Shiva and the snake, as a Nataraja, Shiva has the cobra coiled around his arm. And the cobra suggests that there is no need to fear when you're on the path of righteousness. And then of course there is Nandi. There's a Nandi always sitting outside Shiva temples. I'm sure you must have noticed it. What does that denote? In this world of instant gratification, Nandi is there to tell us, hey my friends, be patient. because Nandi represents eternal waiting and it is a great virtue in Indian literature. So the Nandi represents patience and he is also in an eternal meditative state. And then you have Krishna. Krishna is always with cows. In fact, right there is Kamadhenu or Surabhi, which is the wish-fulfilling cow. Now, what are the other names of Krishna? Krishna is also called Gopal, Govardhan. And what is the cow called? Go Mata. So, Go actually refers to the senses. And Krishna is saying that, hey, I am the one who's in charge of all the senses. And in fact, if you notice the Kalinga Nardana, where Krishna is dancing on top of the head of a snake, he is again saying that I am the one who's controlling your senses and everything else is Maya. And then right here we have Lord Ayyappa, who is there with tigers. The tigers denote bravery, courage and intelligence. So that is what the different animals signify. What they actually represent and denote, and I guess there's a lot of things that we can learn from them. So do let me know what stood out for you, what did you like, and I'm signing off here is Sangeeta, Shankar and Sumesh. I look forward to hearing from you all. Wishing you the very best and happy Navarathri again.